What does sleep and the negative effects or the challenges of dyslexia have in common? Well, so many of us have poor sleep habits, or what we say in the coaching world, sleep hygiene. We watch TV right till we go to sleep. We have lots of blue light. We're excessive coffee drinkers. We are erratic in our schedules. We take on too much stress. Everything can pile on us. Now, everything we do during the day affects how we sleep. Now, in the next couple weeks, or this next week at least, I send you a challenge in seeing if you could shift your sleep hygiene to include some of these healthy habits and see if your working memory, your executive functioning, your word recall, your overall stress could potentially go down for a little bit, right? So here are some healthy hygiene that we can bring in for our sleep routines, and that is establishing a nighttime routine. What do you do to get ready? How do you start to turn down that dial of being on to going off? I know for myself, I would love to say don't watch TV for, I believe research shows, an hour before bed. Okay, that's never going to happen for me. I sit and watch a relaxing, usually I try and find a funny TV show or sitcom to watch for about right up until I go to bed. And then I have about a half hour of bedtime routine to get into sleep. Now, my husband might challenge me on that because a lot of times I fall asleep on the couch watching TV and pop into bed, but here it goes. All right. So establish that bedtime routine. What do you do to start to slow down your brain, slow down your body so that you're even open to the process of sleep? The other thing is to get up and go to sleep about the same time. For me, if I'm not getting 7 to 8 hours sleep a night, I am a bear. I need my sleep. If I don't get my sleep, my word recall, my use of words plummets significantly the next day. I will say the wrong word all day long and it'll become super frustrating for me. And what it's based on is my lack of sleep. Sleep is so important for us dyslexics to make sure that that executive functioning of ours is working efficiently. What does your bedroom look like? Is it a healthy sleeping environment? We want our bedrooms to be our little oases. We want them to go in there and feel calm and peaceful. Do you have clutter everywhere? Do you have pictures in your bedroom that mean absolutely nothing to you or stress you out or remind you of a past relationship that you don't want to think about? You need to clean all of that up. You want to go into your room and everything that you look at brings you relaxation and peace. This is a way of having your physical environment mimic or bring in the internal environment you want to create. You want to avoid basically eating after night. I mean, if we take a look at even weight loss or even just healthy eating, we don't want to really be eating after 8 o'clock at night. Now, the reality again is most of us are going to snack at night. So it's great to say not ever do it and know that every night we're probably going to be then cheating. So the thing is to think about healthy snacks if you're going to be eating at night. Avoid those large, heavy protein, fatty foods and start looking at more bringing in light and fruits or potentially vegetables to help you just create that satiation or that feeling of fullness without really loading down your body. When we don't eat at night, because that is the ideal, is to not eat after dinner, we allow our bodies to actually go into a purge and a healing mode where it can actually cleanse itself. But if we're eating right up until bedtime, it's still digesting, it's not cleaning. Reduce stress. Easy enough to say, hey, none of us have stress. We can easily turn it off in a moment. The reality is at least to recognize your stresses. Start to bring in some sort of breathing techniques or meditative techniques or thought process, cognitive behavior, thought process shiftings in there to start to work with your stress. Reducing stress ultimately is the goal, but for all of us, we have some level of stress. And if you say you have absolutely no stress, you're either lying to yourself or you're just lying to others. We all have stress in this world, but the goal is to try and reduce it to as close to zero as possible. Exercise. In another episode, I talked about how just moderate exercises in the morning can actually improve our cognitive abilities and our working memory, which is so important for us dyslexics. So just think about it. Not only exercise is going to improve our executive cognitive abilities and memory, it'll also help our blood flow. There's research out there that showcases that if you lift weights, so weight-bearing exercises, you can actually help reduce your blood sugar levels. So it's not just cardio we want. We want to have some weight-bearing exercises in there too. Now, I am not one that loves to exercise. I love walking. I love going out and being outside, breathing the air. I live close to a lot of trees, so it's beautiful for me. I'm not in a busy city. But exercise, I still need to do. I need it for my physical well being. I need it for my mental well being. I find when I exercise, I feel better in my body. I exercise for, are you ready? 10 minutes a day. I will lift weights for 10 minutes a day. I get in there, I do what I need to do, and I get out because it is not something that I love to do. But those 10 minutes a day add up. You combine that weight-bearing activity with stretching and a bit of cardio, whether that's walking, and guess what? You are actually having a healthy movement day. Limit our caffeine. Oh, caffeine is my vice. I have a lot of food issues, and the one thing I will not give up is my coffee. But then again, I live in Canada, and Canada is one of the top countries for caffeine or coffee consumption. So I am living in the right country. But if I have more than 3 cups of coffee a day, and if I have that third cup after actually 10 in the morning, and that's right, 10 in the morning, I've already had at least 2 cups of coffee. And realistically, I've had those 2 cups of coffee before 8 a.m. in the morning. I am up that night. And what I find for myself is I can go to sleep, but I will wake up in the middle of the night. And that's always linked to my caffeine consumption. Being a neurodivergent, we process the world around us differently. We can wake up at night and ruminate about our conversations. We can wake up at night and be in a sensory overload because we had a very social day. We need to create these routines around our sleep, our exercise, our foods, so that we can actually support our bodies and our brains to the best of our abilities. Because regardless what's happening around us, we're still going to be at a slight disadvantage than the typical person because we can't ignore what's happening. We are built to be aware of what's happening around us. And because of that, we have to look at how to honor who we are and what our body needs. So for the next week, I challenge you, take a look at your sleep routine. If you could shift it just a little bit, pick one thing, bring it in and see if it makes a difference. But you're going to need a couple of days to notice. Keep a sleep journal. See if you're noticing your dreams are more vivid. How do you wake up in the morning? Are you feeling more rested? Sleep is only one part of it. It's exercise and food. But I'd love to hear how it goes for you.